All right, guys, welcome to Great Fire Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Bay, a.k.a. Trey Bay Knows Boxing.
And I am Willie Mack.
All right, guys, we have a very, very special guest today. His name is Mondragon. He is one of the biggest streamers, if not one of the biggest, or he has one of the biggest and most popular pages, boxing pages or combat sport pages on Instagram. He is El Streamer, host of Boxing House. El Streamer, let's say hi to the people.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? So let's talk a little bit about you. How did you get into boxing?
It'll probably be back when my dad was with us, boss. Every Tyson, every Chavez Senior fight was a massive, kickback party. I mean, we had cousins, uncles, house that only fit like maybe 10 people, had 20, 30 people in the living room.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, the atmosphere was just, it was there, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you pretty much fell in love with boxing because of your dad, because that's something that we both have in common as far as that.
Yeah, man. I mean, when it came to Tyson and Chavez Senior, it was a different atmosphere. I mean, we watched all the other fights, but when it was those two guys,
yeah,
everything, beer, carne asada, everything was for those two guys, man.
And it's funny because like when I first found out about you on Instagram, that was one of the dopest things about you. Like you would literally have a fight party on Instagram. Like if you can hand us a beer, I swear to God, you would. You definitely you can hand us a beer through. Yeah, and that's pretty dope. So describe your Instagram page. Like what is your Instagram page like, or how's your Instagram page different from everybody else's?
Well, when I actually first started Instagram, I was just had a personal page until Boxing Hype, which is one of the biggest pages, blocked me because I put an opinion of Saul Canelo Alvarez when I wasn't his fan.
Wow.
I didn't support him.
So Boxing Hype blocked you?
Yes, he blocked me because I put something negative towards Canelo at the time. And then I felt, you know what? I didn't like that boxing pages block fans.
That's true.
Because I felt that every fan has their opinion, their view. So then I started my own page.
Absolutely. And it's funny because one of your things is you don't block anybody. That's something I always hear you say. That's amazing though. So you notice how that you created your own thing from that. That's
every opinion matters. That's cool.
Every opinion it does, especially in boxing because you learn from that. Mm-hmm. So as far as like the IG restrictions, I actually saw some today. Why the hell would they restrict the last post that you put up?
I don't know. I mean, I guess somebody reported me. Because, again, I can't stream on Instagram no more because they're really, really strict on streaming.
Yeah.
So I got to find other sources. I had Twitch, and then Twitch took 3 of my pages down.
Oh, my God.
So then I found Loops. Loops is, it's an Arabic page for streaming.
Uh-huh.
And so far I haven't had no issues. Everything's great. The streams is perfect. So, and I actually have 2 other backup stream sites or apps just in case that goes down because they're not going to stop me. One of the reasons I do my stream is because I've been in that situation where you're a big fan of something, but you might not have the funds or may not, you might work every Saturday night, every weekend.
Absolutely.
And it sucks. That feeling really sucks. So I do it for that. Like, I actually paid for the pay-per-view when it comes to boxing.
Yeah.
Like, I get everything free. On my build, I get everything free, but I still pay for every single boxing. And my wife gets mad. She was like, why the hell are you paying $6-7 when you get it free? Because I support boxing.
Absolutely.
Because that's a sport I love, and UFC, fuck that. I'm not paying for shit for UFC. Boxing, I'll pay. I'll give you this though. If Brock Lesnar comes back like I said, then I'll pay for it. Because I used to be a huge WWE fan.
I'm with you on that one, brother.
Brock used to be my favorite wrestler. If Brock comes back, I'll pay for Brock. Take my money.
That's amazing because Will, the Cole's Will, he's a big time WWE supporter. He loves it, and it's funny because he agrees with you with that. If Brock comes back, he's all over it.
I'm throwing the fight party, bro. I ain't stopping.
I actually stopped watching WWE in WrestleMania 26 here in Arizona.
Oh, really?
I told myself after this one, that's it for me. No more wrestling. No more nothing. I'm done.
Yeah.
And since that day, I literally stopped watching wrestling.
Oh. I mean, it'll come back. It'll come back for sure. So speaking of streaming, it was just announced, I would say 2 days ago, Eddie Hearn put out a huge proposal to the world. He almost sounded like he was campaigning for president. When you remember that they have that $1 billion streaming deal, which we talked about it briefly before about what effect it may have on you as a big time streamer. So from what I'm getting, it is a streaming deal to some extent. They're gonna have 16 major fights over the next 8 years, from what I believe. They're also going to have a subscription service where we pay one fee per month, and they're supposed to be able to provide even the preliminary fights, like all the stuff that we wouldn't normally see. They're going to be putting up there, apparently, from what they're saying. So what do you think about this deal? Is this good for boxing?
I think he saw what Top Rank did with ESPN.
Uh-huh.
It pretty much takes away the strongholds of Showtime and HBO.
Absolutely.
Like, HBO is hurting right now. I guarantee they're hurting so bad losing Lomachenko. I mean, that Lomachenko-Linares fight, that should have been on HBO. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
That fight should have been on HBO.
Uh-huh.
And because, the only thing I don't like about ESPN is that they always put, they have the NBA draft. If it goes longer than the show goes, they actually keep the program before they put boxing first. But with Eddie Hearn doing that big deal, like I told you, like we were talking earlier, I think he's trying to take away the stream.
Yeah.
But like I told you, they're big fights like Weiler, AJ, if it happens, that's going to be on Sky Sports box office, which I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
And I can still stream. Yeah, the little fights, I might not be able to stream most of them, but I'll fight a straight forward.
So the deals with Eddie Hearn, no, Sky Sports is,
I think that's the UK.
That's Matching.
Yeah.
Sports is Hearn.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So, Sky Sports and Matchroom Boxing is Hearn's group. So it's actually Perform Group and DAZN actually signed. And apparently they're an American company, but there's a guy by the name, I forget his name, but I'll just call him Simon D because I forget his last name. And he's a guy from the UK, and he was like their number one representative. And when him and Eddie Hearn when they made that big announcement. So in a sense, they're saying that they're going to provide more fights for fighters. He mentioned fighters fighting 8 times a year. That's a little bit too excessive. I don't think they'll be able to do that. But I mean 4 times a year. And you see what they're doing with Anthony Yard, what they did with Joshua. And you look at a guy like Dave Allen, who's been pretty much losing fights on and off, and looking at what Matchroom was able to do for him. I mean, if they can do that for him, then they can do that for a lot of other guys. And Eddie Hearn is looking at Mikey Garcia, which I don't think he'll get Mikey Garcia. Mikey's
the Charlo Brothers.
Charlo Brothers, Spence. He wants to sign Wilder. That'll be interesting. And you know what this? Do you know what this goes into? Yeah,
he's a Don King of his era, brother. Just say it. He's a Don King of the era.
Absolutely. And this is what I think. I think that this whole thing is going to be just like the whole Al Heyman thing. It's going to last for maybe about 4 or 5 years, and after that, it's going to take a downhill slope like it naturally does all the time.
Yeah, and it's funny because I told a lot of people that I don't think the Wilder AJ fight is going to happen until Hearn signs Wilder. Because if you guys go back to where it was it Tyson versus Tyson Holyfield or Tyson Lewis?
Yeah.
The fight didn't happen until Don King had both of them in his promotional contract. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but I think when the first initial fight before Tyson went to prison, Holyfield had another promoter.
Yeah.
And then when the fight was actually made, they even made a picture with Santa Claus as Don King Santa Claus. It's Lennox Lewis and Holyfield. That's what it was. See, that man waited till he owned both fighters. True. And took all the money in-house, kind of like what Bob Arum does.
Absolutely.
And I honestly, I'd love to see the fight this year. Don't get me wrong. I want to see AJ, want to see Wilder. But, Eddie Hearn has a plan, man. And
yes.
I mean, I'm just shocked, how much he's literally trying to take over America now, too.
Yeah,
which I think is great.
I'm so happy that you mentioned that because that's exactly what I was about to segue into. I've been talking about this for a while, and even on this podcast, I talked about it even in season 1, which was, a couple of months ago. I've been watching Eddie Hearn, and I keep telling everybody, watch this guy because he's on to something. I can see him. Remember after the AJ fight, AJ versus Klitschko, he mentioned something. He said a key thing. He said phase 1 is complete. That's when I said, okay, he's on to something. So I've been telling people, my whole suspicion is Eddie Hearn wants to take over. He wants the UK to gain supremacy over boxing. That's what it is. They want to take over that the supremacy that America has, and they want the UK to control that. And they started with Danny Jacobs. When he signed him, that was one of the ways where Americans can see, okay, whatever they do with him, then they're going to make him pretty much. They're going to use Danny Jacobs as an example of what they can do for American fighters. And in my opinion, this is what I say: if he can sign 2 top Hispanic fighters, because as far as America, it's all America. South America, North America, it's all of that. If he could sign maybe two or three of the top Hispanic fighters, because without Hispanics, boxing ain't shit. That's just my opinion. If he could sign two or three of them and they do well and he's taking good care of them and they have no complaints, I mean, he got it. In my opinion, he's not too far away. I'll say maybe.
Well, if you think about it, what is it? Jacob, I think got just over $1 million fighting. On his last fight, Jacob didn't look great. He looked dominant. Till the final end of the round, he finally started breaking him down.
Uh-huh.
But I think when he said when I put a post that he was trying to sign the Charlo Brothers. If he signs the Charlo Brothers, I mean, not only, like you said, not only a Mexican fighter, but if he gets the Charlo Brothers, that's huge. Because now
I think so too.
He'll have 160 Charlo, 154 Charlo, 160 Jacobs. I mean, oh man, that 160 division is starting to get back to the glory days, bro.
Absolutely,
it's starting to get there.
Absolutely. In 147, this is what I was saying. I'm kind of not skipping subject, but let's talk about 147 really quick. I said before Keith Thurman vacated the belt, I was so disappointed. I said they just need to rip that whole division apart and rebuild it. 147, with the way the guys were kind of going around Errol Spence and trying, I guess, avoiding to fight him or whatnot. What's your opinion on Keith one-time Thurman and him vacating the WBC belt? I
was beyond happy. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw my post.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Thank God, I mean, look, I used to be a Keith fan. I met Porter. I met his dad. I always usually fuck around saying they're my best friends.
Yeah.
But I felt Porter beat him. I felt Danny Garcia beat him.
Mm-hmm.
And he acts like he is walking on water. And then you can see on that Showtime cast when he was on one side and Spence was on the other.
Uh-huh.
Spence had a face where, man, give me the gloves. I'll knock you out right now.
Yeah.
Spence is right now. Keith Thurman's not hurting no more. That's a problem.
That's very true.
He got the belts. He considers himself the best of 147.
Uh-huh.
We got a young prospect, not even a prospect no more. We got a young champion in Spence.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that he beat the best 147 in Kell Brook.
Absolutely.
Because I actually felt Kell Brook. I mean, he embarrassed Porter.
Yeah, he did.
A few people had it close.
Yeah.
I had it 9-3, maybe 10-2.
I felt that he had boxed him.
And then when he went to the UK, I told him, damn, the judges are against him, the crowd's against him, the ref's going to be against him. And he went over there and, TKO Brook. I was like, oh, man, this man is special. And then now my other boy.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford just entered 147.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see that fight, bro. I don't want to see Crawford Spence because those are my two favorite fighters, man. I mean, that's going to be a pay-per-view down the road.
Let's say if you were to pick one as of right now, because both are doing really, really good and both haven't shown 80 negative points. Who would you go for?
Don't do this to me, man.
If you had to, I swear, I'm in the same predicament as you. If I had to choose, I'll just go first. If I had to choose, I think Terrence Crawford has a little bit more. I think he's a little bit more crafty. Let's just say that. So I'll give him the slight edge. Of course, we haven't seen a fight at 147. I think he's going to be well prepared because, I mean, this guy's been up to about 175 as far as weight, in the off, or we'll call it the off season, or within the break. So I think he'll do well at 147. We'll see how he takes care of Hearn. If he can take care of him.
Come on. Let's not talk about piece of crap here, boss. We're talking about greatness. Don't even start with Hearn. But I kind of agree with you. And the reason I agree with you with T-Bud, because Kell Brook was boxing really well that fight before he got his eye hurt.
Yeah, he was.
He was actually giving it to it. And then that's kind of what I agree with you when you're saying that you feel that, T-Bud has a little bit more. Because Crawford's a phenomenal boxer, bro.
Yeah, he really is.
A lot of people say that he starts late. But people don't understand, they go about the Gamboa fight. Man, the first 3-4 rounds, Gamboa was competitive. I was like, the first 3-4 rounds, the fighters kind of feeling out,
Absolutely.
See what they got.
Yeah.
That's the first part of the fight. The second part is the one that counts, and he knocked him out.
Yeah.
I mean, so I do see what you come from when you're saying Crawford. But, I mean, honestly, I would love for Spence to fight Kell Brook again in 154. But I mean, oh man, I want the rematch. I'm a big Special K fan too.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of shit, because I'm Mexican,
Uh-huh.
and I live in the United States. A lot of people were talking shit to me because I was going for Brooke instead of Spence.
I mean, sorry to say. I mean, I really like Spence. Spence is somebody who I've been following for a while, but I was going for Brooke too. I went for Brooke when it was Brooke versus Triple G, and that's probably why.
Did you get shit on your page? Did you get your shit on your YouTube sites or anything?
I got destroyed. Like, I got attacked so much for that. I got attacked viciously. People saying I don't know shit about boxing. I should turn my page down. Some people actually reported. Some people reported a few comments that I put on people's pages. I think it was on your page. Some people actually reported my comment. I'm like, man, you guys are freaking ridiculous. But I mean, that's the cool thing about the boxing world. It's small, but it's extremely lucrative, and it's powerful. It's extremely powerful.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, everybody's opinion, believe it or not, some opinions are just ridiculous, but it still counts. Everybody's opinion counts. So
Absolutely.
Let's talk about something that a lot of your supporters will want to hear you talk about, the Charlos. Okay, you mentioned the 154 Charlo. You're not so happy with at the moment.
I'm not happy with him. I mean, since he won the champion,
yeah.
I posted their last 6 fighters between both Charlos before the Centennial fight, and then Canelo, because a lot of people were giving shit to Canelo.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wish I had that post, but that was on my old page before it got deleted. And I mean, the numbers don't lie.
That's very true.
The Charlos have been, since they became champions, they have not fought anybody that was nowhere near threat. Like, okay, he's fighting Austin Trot at 154.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get it. Hurd and Lara, they're going to do a rematch.
Yeah. Oh, they are? Hurd and Lara's going to do a rematch?
Well, the WBA and the IBA both pushed for an immediate rematch. So unless Hurd wants to release both titles, they've asked for the rematch immediately.
That's interesting as hell. That is very interesting.
Which is great because Lara won.
That is very interesting.
Lara won. My boy, my Cuban boy won. Fuck that, they robbed him. I didn't have it close, bro. I didn't have it. I had a 9-3 Lara.
It's funny
because
as far as the most recent fights, that's the only fight that I did not go back and watch again. Which, sad enough, that's crazy. I'm gonna watch that today. I'm definitely gonna watch that today. That's the only fight I didn't go back and watch.
Uh-huh. I mean, there's about 7 other fighters are in the top 10. Yeah, I know he's beat. Another fight he should have fought was Veins. I thought Veins beat Charlo.
You know what? That was honestly, I could have called that a draw, or it could have went. Yeah, I would probably would have gave it to Vanez for sure. Vanez had a little more snap.
Think about this. The Veins fight is the only time I actually saw Charlo go into somebody else's locker room, hug him, shook his hand, and show respect.
Absolutely.
That's. I mean, Charlo's been fighting for a while. They got over 20 fights. That's the first fight I actually see him go into the locker room and show respect to the other fighter.
Because Vanez gave him that work. He definitely gave him that work.
I wish he wouldn't have fought the Triple G. I actually have Bane's phone number. We actually talk a lot.
Yeah.
I told him when he signed the fight with Triple G, I told him, hey, look, man, I do not like this fight for you.
I don't like it either.
I do not like this fight.
I don't like it either. I didn't like it at all. And no, speaking of that, what did you think about that fight? I mean, as far as Triple G, Abel Sanchez, their side talking as much as they are, this is going to go into the whole Canelo issue as well. What did you think about just that fight overall and just the setup? Because this is like the second time that they fought somebody who was under the 160 weight class. I
actually didn't like it, man. I mean, I kind of get it. I wish, people get mad at Canelo saying that he's a bitch for, getting out of the fight. But I actually wish he would have got out of the fight even a week earlier to give Triple G an actual or his next opponent at least 3 weeks of training.
Absolutely.
That's what I was thinking. When people say, "Oh, you're fucking stupid," like, no, man, look, by Canelo, taking away himself out of the fight in April, that's only giving the other opponent, whoever it is, 2 to 3 weeks of training camp,
which is pretty messed up, man.
And that's what we got. Look what we got, to a second round knockout. And people wanted to give him certain accolades, and they wanted to reward him for that. And I'm like, come on. And they're saying, "Oh, he defended his middleweight title." But you defended against one guy that was at 147, who's at 154 now. So in a sense, against 2 154-pounders. So, I mean, it just seems like they're trying to put too much effort into making him, they're putting too much effort into trying to make him a superstar when he already is a superstar. But when you guys are trying to add all these different accolades and comparing him to Bernard Hopkins or whatnot, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're making things up, then it's fake news. Well,
it's fake news.
One thing, Trey, you got to think about here. the reason they made that fight was, you know, they obviously didn't have a lot of options. I mean, Showtime said no to Jaime. Showtime said no to Soto Popinski, you know, from Punch Out. No, I'm just joking.
Spike Sullivan.
They declined it. Yeah, they declined those fights.
It's funny.
So, I mean,
at this point,
they were just trying to get a safe haven. Get Triple G a win. Yeah. Don't make him lose any millions.
It's funny when I talked to Spike Sullivan, because he actually came by the gym. When I talked to him, I asked him, and it was the week of the fight. Literally the week of the fight. I asked him, how come that fight didn't fall through? He said it had nothing to do with my sight. He said I was ready, and he told me personally that he's been sparring against Billy Joe Saunders, and he believes that Billy Joe Saunders will not easily, but in a sense, it won't be hard for Billy Joe Saunders to beat Triple G. He said that he can see that happening clearly.
His
like
style is hard.
Yeah, his style is very.
We're looking at a Canelo Lara 2.0. That's what we're looking at.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so we're gonna talk about Triple G and Canelo with that whole situation. In my opinion, something very weird happened. People call me a conspiracy theorist, but call me crazy. I think Golden Boy sabotaged Canelo. I don't think Canelo did anything. I think Golden Boy themselves sabotaged this whole situation. I might be crazy, but like I said, I'm gonna put it all together. I don't have all my notes with me, but I'm gonna put it all together. And I think Golden Boy themselves sabotaged Canelo to extend the longevity of, I guess, this whole Canelo Triple G fight thingy.
Possibly.
I mean, but the fight sold out so quick, bro. The fight sold out quick. I mean, people were going to buy it even more now because a lot of people thought the Triple G won. I had a 7-5 Canelo. But I'm not going to lie.
Too.
I had a lot of tecates. Had a lot of Pacificos. Had carne asada. I mean, so the next day I had to rewatch the fight.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe in that bullshit. Listening to the fight mute. I watched the fight with the commentators, but I thought what I saw. And I switched it. I switched it to 6-6. I had one of my friends is the biggest Triple G fan. He texted me, this is bullshit, 9-3. So I told him, hey, come over Sunday and we'll watch the fight again.
Let's watch it together.
We watched the
exactly.
Fight. He had a 6-5 to Triple G. And the round 9, he couldn't decide who won it. I told him, okay, then that's a good draw. No, 7-5. I was like, no, that's bullshit. I was like, you can't even decide who won the round. So, I mean, I felt the fight was really, really close. 6-6 a draw. I mean, a lot of people got mad. You know, this is completely off the topic, but like the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather, I thought that fight was exactly how I expected it.
Exactly.
Exactly how I expected it. You know, and then the thing that gives me the most is there's 2 parts to the fight. There's the first 6 rounds and the last 6 rounds.
Absolutely.
The last 6 rounds, Floyd won 4-2, maybe 5-1. Mm-hmm. And it looked dominant. But then in the first 6 rounds, I saw it the other way. I saw it 4-2. 5-1 Pacquiao.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, for me, I had it a draw. I get so much shit for that. But I told him, look, man, and I told everybody, I would love to sit down with a Floyd fan. We'll go slow motion, every fucking punch you think Floyd landed, and we'll see if he actually landed it. You have a solid point when you say that. You have a solid point on that one. But going back to the Canelo, honestly, I felt it was a tainted meat.
Uh-huh.
You know, obviously there's a lot of issues with that. Morales. You know, Abel Sanchez, one of his own fighters, Cuadras, just got, hit for roids.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that so crazy? He's talking all that, and next literally days later, bam, that happens. So I'm like, man, come on, man.
It's funny I have to try to ask
come on.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead. I think that's the reason they only suspended him 6 months.
Uh-huh.
Now, what surprised me now, the WBC just took Canelo out of his rankings. You guys knew that?
Listen,
today they just took him out of the rankings.
The WBC and Canelo have been kind of going at it for a while now. You remember that? You noticed that? The WBC and Canelo?
They rough-patched it. They were cool.
Yeah.
Now they just took him out. Like today, they actually removed him from the number 1 spot. That's crazy. Like, what are you doing? Because I guess Canelo didn't want to sign the 365 days of the testing. So
absolutely.
He just gave a hair sample.
Yeah.
What more the fuck do you want?
That's true. No, you're right. You're absolutely right on that. And the hair sample is going to actually show them if he has been taking drugs for a certain period of time. And apparently
6 to 9 months,
he came up clean. He's clean as hell.
6 to 9 months. I've been reading so many fucking shit about the hair samples. Other people are saying now that, the hair sample's not 100% accurate.
No, it's
Canelo came negative.
It's one of the most accurate tests that you can take when it comes down to that. The hair sample is something that's very, very, it's a sophisticated test, but it's very, very detailed. And they can find out a lot of things about you with just a hair sample. Believe me.
Wait, so he denied not taking a hair sample, or what happened?
No. Canelo actually gave them hair sample, which a lot of guys wouldn't have.
And it was
so
clean,
I guess,
like,
and
hey.
it was
yeah, but they got mad because he waited almost a month, bro, to take the hair sample. It don't matter if it's a month. It goes back 6 to 9 months, which is almost the first fight.
That's very true.
So it shows Canelo was clean, during the whole training camp. I'm telling you, man.
You're right.
I always make a joke.
You're right.
If you're in Mexico, your mom brings you, 12 tacos, carne asada, al pastor, man. I mean, Pacifico. I mean, you're not gonna say no to your mom. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I went to Mexico, bro. I put a post on my taquero, bro. Those tacos go in like fucking. I don't know if you ever had Taco Bell, man. You get $20, man. You get like 20 tacos.
Yeah.
Those shits go like nothing, bro, and they're so good. I guarantee you. If you test me right now, I'm positive for Clembuterol right now, bro. No doubt.
Oh my God!
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I love the shit out of Canelo. Canelo did his thing. Canelo's learned a lot. Canelo improves every single fight. He always impresses me. I just wish he moved a lot more in a Triple G fight. If he can keep that up, he'll be perfectly fine. But I think that the top guy that both of those guys is gonna have to worry about is BJS. If BJS, and he's staying healthy, he's strong, he has a great coach. He's somebody to watch. Because I think Billy Joe...
I don't like his coach, bro. I don't agree with the coach.
Who, Dominic Ingle?
No, Canelo's trainers, bro.
Canelo's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him. Mm-mm. I hope he switched. But
you're not the only person to say that. A lot of people have said that about him. But I mean, for me, like I see a lot of improvements. I've seen a lot of improvements with him in the ring. I think his mobility, as far as his footwork, it can get a little bit better. If he can move his feet a little bit faster, he'll be able to do more things. But that style, he's very elusive.
He's too big, bro. Trey, he's too big. You know that, man. I mean, he's walking in the ring at 180 pounds.
Well, Canelo.
I mean, look at Jacob. Jacob used to be a really good boxer. Had a good ring IQ versus Triple G. He blew it up to about 185. You saw his movement wasn't 100% there. I mean, it was still there, but it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and let's go back to topic on the Charlos. Look, a lot of my fans, know me about Charlo, but the 160 Charlo, I'm excited to see him again.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him again.
I mean, the way he boxed, I mean, Hugo Centeno, I thought it was gonna be very, very competitive. I thought that was gonna be hella competitive.
Me too, bro.
But the way that it ended, I'm like, whoa, okay, all right.
Oh, man, I was shocked, bro. I don't know if you saw my live stream, bro, but I was like, holy shit, round 2, man.
I was very surprised.
He got knocked. He was out, bro. He was out. I was like, goddamn, pescado muerto, you know what I'm saying?
And I like Hugo too, man. It sucks to see fighters like that, especially the ones that I like go down. That was it's funny. Like lately, I've been seeing a lot of fights to where, I've had to watch a lot of fights to where I really like both fighters, and it's like, damn, like these guys got to fight each other, but that's what the game is all about. That's the best thing about it.
And you know what sucks about that? Us being boxing fans or hardcore fans, and we have pages. As soon as you pick one of the fighter, you're racist to the other fighter. You don't know shit about boxing. Like the Hurd versus Lara. People are talking shit that I'm going for a Cuban and not going for Hurd when he's a young guy. I don't know if you remember you probably do, man. You guys know about boxing, but Glenn Johnson versus I think it was the guy from I want to say Taylor.
Jamel Taylor.
I think Jamel Taylor. Where honestly, if you watch that fight, Glenn Johnson won.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn, and I'm gonna fight the fight because I have all the fights.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna put the interview where Glenn Johnson said it exactly. Look, man, this kid is young in his prime. He got 10 to 15 years of good boxing left. I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the end of my career, and you guys do this to me because he thought he got robbed, which I thought he got robbed.
Absolutely.
But he said it so like you felt bad, like fuck, man. He made a point.
Uh-huh. This
man is, at the end of his career, the other guy is a brand new, fresh guy, but they give him the decision. That's what I felt happened to Lara. Because I don't know, man. Lara boxed him. I mean, yeah, Hurd could take a punch, and Hurd was rocking him through, but I felt by the time Hurd actually stepped it up, I felt that it was too late.
True.
I had Lara up so high that I was, it's done.
I can even though I have to watch the fight again, I can definitely agree on that because I mean Hurd did what he's supposed to do, but I think he stepped it up towards the later rounds, which he was supposed to do that, and I think Lara maybe slowed down a little bit. One thing I said about Lara does not do well. I don't know why he decreases his mobility or his movement with fighters like that. Like I said it. I said this fight is going to be almost a repeat of the Angulo fight. I don't know why Lara does that. And when he can move a little bit more, move around these guys. Don't sit in front of guys and try to fight in the inside when those guys are a little bit better than you at that. You remember when he fought Angulo, and he went down.
Oh, absolutely.
He went down
that was
twice.
one of his best fights.
Yeah. I think he went down twice, right, Lara?
Angulo went down twice. No, Lara went down twice.
Yeah, Lara went down twice in that fight. And I remember he beat Angulo based on punch. I don't even think Angulo went down, but I think he was damaged.
Angulo turned around.
Yeah.
He got hit by the eye again and turned around. The ref stopped it.
Okay, yeah. But even that fight, and then like when the Hurd fight happened, I'm like, it kind of makes sense. Like when I saw Lara go down, I'm like, that style of fighting, don't do what they do. Kind of create your own thing. Whenever it goes to that, kind of create the space because distance is defense as well. So that's pretty. That's gonna be a dope ass fight. I want to see that again. I think Lara will improve.
We're gonna see it again, bro.
I pick Lara winning this fight. I pick him winning this time because I think he's gonna improve.
Both belts already, suggested in the meter rematch. So either Hurd drops the belts, or he fights Lara. So we're gonna see that fight again, and I'm dying to see that fight. You know what fight's a waste of time though? I don't know if you guys know this, but June 9th, we have 2 cards that are a waste of time. Santa Cruz versus Mares. I feel Santa Cruz beat him fair and square, no controversial. Should not get a rematch. And then the other card is fucking Charlo versus somebody that's running like 17 in the division. And it's just coming off a knockout loss versus Trout.
That's a sorry ass card. They could.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm a boxer. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm a streamer. But that's a time where if you want to get a quickie with the wife during the rounds, that's the one.
Wait, is that a pay-per-view? Or is that free TV?
You know what I'm saying?
No, is that a pay-per-view or
free TV?
That's Showtime, right?
No, Showtime.
Showtime.
Pretty much.
So let me see.
And it sucks, bro. Because let me tell you this: if that fight was pay-per-view, I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
I pay for everything.
So really,
I don't care. Anything that's boxing and pays for it, I pay for it. I don't give a shit.
So
one fight, there's only been 2 fights I haven't paid for. The 2 fights I haven't paid for was Floyd Mayweather versus Berto.
And Floyd Mayweather versus
MMA fighter
versus McGregor.
MMA fighter.
I remember that. And it's funny because I was holding you to your word. So I'm like, I was checking your page to see if you was gonna post it because I remember it was a fight like a week before that or maybe 2 weeks, and like you were on there. And I remember, I'm commenting like on your live or whatnot, and like you was on it. You was so serious. You're like, I'm not gonna fucking support that fight. I'm not playing it. I'm not streaming it. I'm not.
To this day, I haven't watched it,
bro.
And that fight cost me my page, bro.
You're a real one for that one.
I posted 9 websites to watch that fight for free. And because I used a fucking picture of Floyd and Connor, Showtime reported me to Instagram and they delete me.
Yeah, because I remember the other page.
67,000 followers, bro, and they delete me.
Because I remember your old page is boxing pound for pound news, right?
I actually had 2. I had a pound for pound boxing, pound for pound news, and then I had fight streams, which shows UFC. Because I used to do simultaneous. I used to do both. I used to do, if there was a like tonight, there's a pay-per-view, UFC pay-per-view, and then boxing. I used to stream both of them at the exact same time, live.
You know what I think? I think Eddie Hearn and those guys from the Perform Group, I think they've been watching you because you're ahead of your fucking time. They're copying your shit.
You're like in the year 3000.
Bro, I'm telling you, they fucking jockey you because everything that you've been doing, they're trying to do right now. That's fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy.
It's funny too because when I first started, I started round by round at 15 seconds per round.
Yeah.
And then, it went to 1 minute. And then when live came on, one of my friends told me, hey, dude, you should do a live fight. I was like, I don't know, man. I get fucking crazy when I watch boxing. And I remember I did one live fight, man, and it just took off, bro.
Yeah.
And funny, because people think that I fake how pump I am. And I've had one person from Instagram come to my house. And when he saw it, he was like, God damn, bro, I didn't know you get this fun crazy. Like, bro, I love boxing.
Let me tell you, this dude has how many TVs? What, 5 or 6 TVs in the same?
I have right now. I have 4 TVs and then a small, like a 27-inch. I mean, I'm not done. I want to get 7 TVs. So I want to be able to watch all the NFL ticket games.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
I'm a big fan of sports, bro. I watch NASCAR. My driver is Kyle Busch.
Oh, really?
I mean, you can laugh at it. I watch NASCAR, man. Anything like beer and open the beer and drink, man. I mean, the World Cup, bro, that's another level for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
man, the World Cup's another level for me. Let me tell you, man, I told my followers last night, you know what? I might stream the whole World Cup.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Definitely
I mean,
I'm a big time.
Talk about last night. Let's talk about this. What do you guys think about Devin?
Devin Haney. Listen. I can tell you this for a fact. If Devin Haney was to go against Ryan Garcia, he would destroy the fuck out of Ryan Garcia.
Let's stop that. Let's stop that real quick.
He is well put together. Devin Haney has improved so much. His power, his movements.
Let me stop this right here. This man, you're talking about Ryan Garcia, a guy that was 5 months ago was a prospect of the year.
Yeah.
5 months ago. And you guys are already talking about, teaming him or going against Tank. I mean, that Tank fight, that was just publicity.
I can tell you this for a fact. He's not ready for all that right now. Give him about 2 years. Give him 2 years. He's too young. He has to grow into his body.
But all these pages are putting him like, get him against the man. That was a publicity. He's trying to get his fame. He's trying to get his name out there. He's not ready for Tank. Oscar De La Hoya, I love how you said it. Yeah. Hell no, he's not ready.
Exactly.
Tank's a beast.
And the thing about these fighters.
Hey, bro, let me tell you this. Devin, that jab is fucking deadly, bro.
Yeah. He can knock somebody out. God. He can knock somebody out with that jab. Solid. And he's throwing those right hooks properly, which a lot of fighters who are unorthodox, they don't use the right hook properly. He was snapping it. He was rolling after those punches. Great foot movement. When he had his hands down, he was extremely accurate. Everything he tried in that fight, as far as even being flashy or fancy, he landed. I say he probably had like one of the highest punch percentages I've seen in a while.
Oh shit, the jab differential. I think the other guy landed like 7 jabs. He landed like almost 50.
Holy crap!
I was like, the only one thing I kind of agree with other people, his power wasn't there. He landed so many clean shots and couldn't get the other guy out.
That's true.
Yeah, they stopped They stopped it at the corner, but I mean, at least a knockdown. That was one thing that I was like, damn, man. I mean, and then the announcer said something real good. His adult strength hasn't come in yet because he's only 19. So and it's funny, man. That could be it. I mean, maybe he hasn't fully developed. He's only 19 years old, but man, last night I was so happy I saw the fight.
Yeah, no, that was. I actually missed that one,
again.
but I watched that one because I watched that one in between my breaks at work. I watched the whole thing. I'm like, this dude.
Come on, bro. Get on my live stream, bro. You would have watched the whole fight.
I need to get on, man. I missed it.
Come on, now. Get into my streams.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Hey, so listen, 2 fights that I have to ask you about. There's one that was just announced today, or a possibility of it. Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter Jr. That's the fight that I told people I do not want to see that fight because Mikey's going to take that. Mikey's going to sweep him within 5. I'm telling you.
Man,
I'm telling you for a fact.
Same lines.
Mikey's going to clean him out within 5 fucking rounds. That's a fact because Robert Easter is extremely sloppy. I like him, though. Like, personally, I do like him as a person. I think he's a great dude, but he's very sloppy and he has a lot of deficiencies. And for a fighter his size, he fights small. That's the worst thing. I hate when big fighters fight small because you're taking away.
Chavez Jr.? Chavez Jr.? Oh, man. And that's my boy. Let me tell you this. Let me follow up with that.
Yeah.
Let me agree with you that. The reason I'm agreeing, I don't know if you saw the Easter versus Kamagay fight, versus the Ghana fighter.
Yeah.
Easter lost.
He did. Thank you. He lost. That was his very last fight, right?
Bro, I got so much shit on my Instagram page. You're a fucking hater. You hate black fighters. I was like, first of all, Kamagay is fucking black. I was like, how you gonna tell me I hate black fighters when I said the other black fighter won?
Exactly.
But Kamagay won.
No, he did.
And I wanted a rematch.
He definitely won.
And then, the thing about it is, like, Adrian Broner's his promoter.
Uh-huh.
And AB said that, no, the fight was clear. It was a clear victory. Like, bullshit. I was like, okay, you know what? That's right. Then he gets a second fight.
Mm-hmm.
His last fight, he didn't look good, bro. Oh, my God.
Man, it was horrible. And that's why I was worried about him. And now they're going to set that up. I'm like, if he takes it, he's a rider. But at the same time, Mikey's gonna get that belt easy. And that's why I'm happy. I'm so happy for Mike Garcia. He's such a smart dude. He went to 140. Forget about that belt. Went back but down to 135.
No, he dropped it. Bro, he dropped it.
Yeah. He vacated that and went back to 135, which is the more interesting weight class for him. There's way more opportunities at 135 than it is.
You know what's scary, bro?
Yeah.
Bob Arum said Loma, if he wins tonight, he's going to 140. Holy fucking shit, bro.
Bob Arum.
How you gonna put Loma at 140 already?
That's not gonna happen. I know for sure it's not gonna happen. I know Bob
I
is
hope not. I hope not.
That's way too much for him right now.
He can't handle 140, y'all think?
But then again, bro, he went from 130 to 135.
Which is, I mean, people don't understand. Like to explain to some of the viewers and whatnot who are not as savvy as we are as far as boxing. That 5 pounds or even 3 pounds, that small increment right there, that's a huge difference in boxing. 5 pounds.
We saw it against Regal.
It's huge. Exactly.
Just say Regal Loma.
Exactly.
Just say it like that. Regal Loma.
Regal Loma. Exactly.
That's all you gotta say.
So
people understand.
Speaking of Lomachenko versus Linares, who's gonna win? Who do you see?
Well, you know, I just put on my vote. After Loma wins,
Mm-hmm.
who do you guys want me to stream? That should spell it out for you right there. I didn't even ask, you know, who wins. I said after Loma wins, what does my fans want me to stream? The UFC main event or Ali versus Mugai or something like that, or Jaime? Bro, it's gonna be. I mean, think about the family, ref. You know, the ref has to think about the family.
Dude, every time you say this shit, you gotta be cracking the fuck up. Think about the family, ref.
It's funny,
ref.
Man.
Get him out.
Got kids' feet.
You know, I mean, it's gonna be a great fight, man. Let me tell you this, man. It's gonna be a great fight. I mean, I feel bad for Linares. And then it's funny because last night, or was it? Oh, one of the fuck, what was I listening to? I was listening to something on HBO or Top Rank, and they said that Linares told on the fighter meetings that he was nervous going into the fight.
Yeah, I heard about that too. And I'm like, that's
not nervous, bro. Let me tell you that. Yeah. Oh man.
So with this is what I'm hoping for. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm hoping that we can get a series or something close to Marquez Pacquiao, something that competitive. So where they can create a series like that with the Nat weight class, which will make things extremely interesting.
That means Loma has to lose. Actually, no, not really. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I just thought about it.
If it's close enough, if it's close and competitive, because you remember, I think the first one, was it? I can't remember which one, because I think they fought, 3 or 4 times? Yeah, it was a draw. Yeah.
Let me clear that up for you guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys actually know. No, oh shit, I'm thinking about the Morales pocket. My bad, never mind. You know, I was going to go into the testing and everything, you know. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Stop there.
Yeah, before they fuck around.
How do you guys have it tonight? Let me ask you guys this. Lomachenko, Linares, what do you guys have it tonight?
I say this.
What round, if it's decision? I mean, what do you guys have it?
If Linares, if they've been watching the tape, if they can create space and don't sit in the pocket, I think Linares have a way better chance. If he could step back, create the distance, and, you know, he has decent hand speed. Lomachenko's a lot more elusive than him, and he might not land every punch, but if he can keep the distance and work those punches from a distance to catch him at the end of his punches, he'll have a high success rate. But if he sits in the pocket, Lomachenko's going to take over. He cannot sit in the pocket with him. That's not going to happen. Mid-range and close range, Lomachenko's by far the best. The best, I'll probably say the best in boxing as far as mid-range and close range. Anybody.
What about your boy?
What
about your boy? What do you got it?
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna win?
Lomachenko
and
what round? I mean, knockout. Referee stops it. I have the corner stopping it.
I would say it goes all 12. I would say it goes all 12. I think Linares may have maybe 1 or 2 rounds that it's gonna be like, damn, like I didn't expect that. I guess it's more of what I'm hoping for. Because I love,
you know,
I love 12-round fights, or at least fights that go the distance, and it's just extremely entertaining and informative. Because I mean, I watch fights. I don't even watch TV. Like ask this guy. I don't watch TV. I watch fights. That's what I do. I come home and I'm eating and I'm watching fights.
So they're gonna go the distance, you think?
I think go distance.
I think Linares has 2 rounds, and we're gonna say, damn, he's getting his ass beat. We're gonna see.
So you think he's gonna get his ass beat?
So last thing was really quick. Let's say as far as like your favorite fighter, past. I mean, I guess as far as the past and the present, who would that guy be? If you could pick one guy and only one guy. Chavez Sr. Okay, I thought he was gonna say Junior. I was about to say, come on, man, come on, bro.
Who?
Chavez Jr. I was about to say, nah, man.
Come on, man. Why you doing me like that, bro?
I know that's your boy, like that, man, but that dude, man. He disappoints me worse than Broner, man. I mean, I like Broner. Like I'm off and on with Broner, but Broner, when he gets on that stage, like he makes you say, "All right, man, go ahead, man, go ahead, fight. I'll support you this fight again. You get a pass." But Chavez,
you know what's so bad about Broner, bro?
Yeah,
I met him here in the PPC fights here in Arizona. He was one of the worst persons. I mean, he treated me like shit, bro.
Really?
Let me tell you. You know, I after Devin Alexander lost, I went to take a whiz, and I was walking to the locker room. Adrian Broner was out there. I was like, oh, shit, AB, what's up, bro? And I was like, can I take a picture? And he goes like, yeah, go ahead and take a fucking picture. You're probably one of the motherfucking haters that talk shit to me, but go ahead and take a picture.
That sounds like
Broner. That sounds like Broner. Trust me.
That broke my heart, man. I told him, you know what, man, it's cool, man. So I started telling him every fight I saw from him. And I told him, you know what? I don't need a picture, man. I'm just happy I met you. And I walked away, man. It crushed me, dude. I was like, damn, dude.
That's respect right there, man. That's
I was like,
respect.
fuck, man. Why are you going to do that to a fan, dude?
That's crazy.
That's true.
Man.
That's true. Now, trust me, like that sounds like broners. I 100% believe you on that. I mean, I
Let me ask you guys a quick question. What do you guys got? Ali or Jaime?
You talking about 154 Ali, the one that beat Cotto?
Yeah, well, that fight's tonight too as well.
I'll say Ali. I'm going with Ali.
I'm going with you on
Me
that
too.
one, too.
I'm going with Ali because Ali. I mean, you got to understand. Cotto was by far one of the best boxers of our generation, and Cotto still had it, and he was able to outbox Cotto. I mean, but of course, besides the bicep tear, which I do believe, because Cotto doesn't lie about injuries. But besides that, I think even without the bicep injury, he outboxed Cotto. I think
and he has a different kind of.
He has a very awkward
X factor to him.
Exactly, an awkward style.
No,
somewhat awkward.
Ali has a different X factor, bro. He just beat a legend. It don't matter if he's old, young, or anything. He beat a legend. He's a champion. I mean, I guarantee he's gonna walk in with that kind of like, who the fuck is this guy gonna take over me?
Yeah,
a lot of confidence.
I think that's the reason Ali. He's gonna have that X factor. Like, you know what? I don't know. I just feel Ali's gonna win. Now the undercard, man, for the top rank.
Who's fighting?
What do you guys think about this the Puerto Rican guy? Theo?
Is he signed with Cotto? Is that the guy? Is he one of the guys?
No, he's fighting underneath the Lomachenko Linares fight, bro.
But who is he signed with? The Puerto Rican guy. Is he signed with Cotto Promotions?
Yeah, I think he might be signed with Cotto. No, I think it's top rank. We're gonna have to get into that one. I got it. Yeah, because it's a couple of Cotto's fighters. I think 3 of them are supposed to be fighting really, really soon. And I've been really keeping up with them. So yeah, I think it is one of them. I think one of them is Cotto guys. What weight class is he in? If you know. I think they're fighting at 120, either 126 or 120 or 122.
I think that is Cotto's guy. I think that is one of his guys. But of course, we'll get the details within a couple of minutes, so we'll know all about that. All right. Yeah. So guys, we did that. This was an amazing show. A ton of information. Guys, his handle is boxing.house or boxing.house on Instagram. And of course, you go on that page, you're gonna find many other things that this guy does. He's a huge supporter of boxing. Guys, go to his live when he has these fights. It's by far one of the best fight parties that you would ever go to.
I'm gonna be on tonight, bro.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm gonna be on tonight, bro.
We are gonna be on there tonight for sure. And I'm gonna screenshot a couple of things and post it on our page as well. But it's definitely been a pleasure. So guys, it's been another episode of Great Fire Podcast. I'm your host Trey Bate, aka Trey Bate Knows Boxing,
and I am Willie Mack.
And guys, we had our special guest on here, El Streamer. How's it
going, guys? Hey, man, I want to say thank you guys for having me. It was really cool doing this. I mean, hope we could do it again, get a part 2, get Lalo involved. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Obviously, he was supposed to be on the call, but
yeah.
He's already streaming the first fight, so.
Yeah, I know you guys got work to do. You guys are probably one of the biggest providers of boxing as of right now. Absolutely. All right, man. So it's been a pleasure, man.
The Dragon.
Absolutely, man. Text me anytime you want, bro. You got my number.
All right, for sure, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. You guys have a good day, man.
You too, bro.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir.